Welcome to this CleanBooks demo. CleanBooks is an accounting reconciliation, accounting close software that is revolutionizing the way people do reconciliation. So I'm going to show you some basic features of CleanBooks. It has a lot of features which will take a lot of time to demo. So I'm just going to show some very basic features of CleanBooks. So I'm going to go right straight into it, logging in. And as you can see in this screen, CleanBooks allows you to maintain records for as many companies as you want, and you can do reconciliations either within the companies or across companies. So you can do things like intercompany account reconciliations. You can reconcile some records in the book of one company with the book of another company, and it's very seamless and easy with CleanBooks. So I'm going to go with the Ace Ventura group of companies, and I'm going to just do a basic reconciliation, and after doing the basic reconciliation, I'll show you some very unique features of CleanBooks which make it better than anything that is out there. So all reconciliations are managed using projects. You can create many different kinds of projects. I'm going to do a very basic project, which is cash book with my bank statement. Okay. And you can do it periodically or you can do it monthly. So there are clients that used to do their reconciliations quarterly, that now do it daily. CleanBooks is that powerful. It allows you not only do the reconciliations but also resolve those reconciling items. I'm going to do it monthly. I'm going to name the project. So January. I'm going to start out in January, and I'm going to name the project CleanBooks Demo. Okay. But CleanBooks also allows you to manage permissions for a project. So you can do a reconciliation and keep the reconciliation, several parts of the reconciliation, to yourself, or you can allow other people to view the reconciliation. So for the purpose of this demo, we'll just move on very quickly. So CleanBooks Demo, and I'm going to add a reconciliation. As you can see, it gives us the details of what has been imported and what has not been imported, the records that have been imported. So for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to import the data again, just to show a very important feature of CleanBooks, which is the fact that it handles any type of bank statement, any type of cash book. Your bank statement or cash book file doesn't have to be in a predetermined format. CleanBooks will handle it. It could be PDF, it could be Excel. Your debit column could be anywhere. It basically handles any type of statement. So I'm going to start out by importing my bank statement. It's in a folder on my Google Drive. So I'm going to, okay, it says Ventura bank statement. Okay, it's only one Excel sheet. Okay, so this is the normal import wizard for CleanBooks. Because we've already done this before, it's taking the template as we've mapped it before, but I'm going to recreate it to show you the feature that I talked about. So basically, this is an actual bank statement, and of course, as we know, different banks send their statements in different formats. So CleanBooks would handle any of the formats. I'm going to start out by mapping out the date, which is here. So it's the day, the month, the year, so which is this. Okay, I'm going to map out my reference column. I'm going to map out my debit column, credit column, balance, and even add extra columns if I wanted to. So just to point out a very important feature here is that CleanBooks allows you to create also a custom expression for reference. What do I mean by that? Some banks, for example, will put the check number within the description. CleanBooks would allow you select a part of your description and make it your reference. So I'll just go quickly into the screen to show you I won't go into the details, but basically CleanBooks can handle any of that. So I'm going to go in. Do you want to continue? No. So it also gives you warnings. So it's telling me that I'm importing from 2nd January to 31st January. Say yes. Okay, and that's it. My bank statement records are in. Now, I just need to point out something. This is just only one of the ways of bringing in data into your system. There are many integration options which we have, which automates the bringing in of bank statements and also your account system records into CleanBooks, which I'll show later. Okay, so I wouldn't go into importing the cash book because I've already shown you how the mapping template works. I'll just go straight to the reconciliation. So both our bank statement and cash book records are in. I just click next. When you're doing the reconciliation for the first time, CleanBooks allows you to bring in your previous unreconciled items so that for the reconciliation statement to account for the difference between the opening balances of both records. Okay, so I'll just click next. Okay. This is it. In less than 1 second, your reconciliation is done. So CleanBooks can handle any. There are clients of ours that when they deploy CleanBooks, transactions, backlogs, years of backlogs of reconciliations, they did in less than an hour. So that's how powerful CleanBooks is. But I'm sure you're asking, reconciliation is one thing, resolving the reconciling items is another thing. So a lot of accounting departments spend time chasing reconciling items, trying to figure out, getting information from the banks, and in all of that process, what can be lost is mistakes can happen, a lot of valuable time is wasted, and there's no audit trail. So what CleanBooks does is that every transaction that comes into the system is given a CleanBooks ID, and we have a very, very good resolution center that allows you to resolve items. And of course, there's an audit trail. All system records are saved, which no one can tamper with. And I'm just going to show you another quick feature of CleanBooks. A lot of times, what happens with a lot of our clients is that the way the bank statement keeps the records is different from the way, or another external party keeps the records, different from the way we keep the records internally. So there's usually a challenge. So you find that after the system has automatically done a lot of reconciliation, there's still a lot of things that you still need to resolve by looking at them, because for example, you might have recorded a customer using a customer ID, but the bank doesn't know that customer ID and recorded the transaction some other way. So that's a big challenge of reconciliation, which CleanBooks has solved. So I'm going to show you very, very quickly what CleanBooks does. So it's very, very fast. It identifies the transactions that are of similar amount very quickly, so you can match. Not only that, it can identify where there are similarities in both the amount and description, so you can match. This still beats so we call this the system assisted process of matching for transactions that don't have the same reference, and the system could not automatically match without creating an error, because the system cannot automatically match transactions where the records are entirely different. There's no reference tying them together, and there's no strong description or other things that tie the transaction together. But CleanBooks will still allow you. We tested this. You can do 100 transactions in less than 15 minutes with CleanBooks. So it's still faster. So you can see one other feature which you will notice here is that CleanBooks allows you to do one-to-one match, one-to-many matches, many-to-one matches, many-to-many matches, and all the types, any type of match that you can envision with any reconciliation software. So I'm just going to go into the next screen just to show you one of the other features of CleanBooks, which, like I mentioned earlier, is our resolution center. So we will start by minimizing things. records that don't have any transactions that don't have any records, and you can see here that each transaction has a CleanBooks ID. That becomes the tag for that transaction. If you want to investigate what happened with a particular transaction, it's possible with CleanBooks. It's not just a 1 million, 1.5 million transaction with the Ace Ventura group. It's a transaction with CleanBooks ID 1167. And now from this screen, you can assign to both internal and external parties. You can resolve the transactions, you can attach documents, you can send messages to other staff to resolve, and all that is tracked. There's a complete visibility and complete audit trail of how reconciliations are managed. So from here you can assign it to an external party. Okay, you can assign to an internal party. So for example, if it's the bank, you can assign it to the bank. The bank will get an email from you asking about this transaction. You can assign it to an internal party, so which the internal party can work on it and send it back to you. All of this is tracked, and so there's complete visibility. Not one person can erroneously match items or fraudulently match items that shouldn't be matched. The system will not allow that. So I'm just going to, and now that you've seen the reconciliation, it's so basic and so easy that a lot of our clients are wondering where the software was years ago, because a lot of our clients with long standing reconciliation issues have been amazed. So there's no need. Of course, the next step is the reconciliation statement. After CleanBooks has a control that all items needs to be resolved one way or the other, or carried forward before we can produce the reconciliation statement. So I'm just going to move out from here. Okay, that's it. CleanBooks version 1, and as you can see, you can do many versions of the reconciliation. So you can do version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, whatever it takes to resolve all your items. And so there's a complete audit trail, complete visibility, and this is a very basic type of reconciliation. And as I said before, CleanBooks allows you to do other types of reconciliation. We have 5 different types of projects, and there are many scenarios that could be applied to. Okay, so I've done a basic reconciliation, and I'm going to also show you 2 other features that CleanBooks has and end the demo. And there are many other features which can be shown in a more substantive demo, a longer demo. I'm just going to show you 2 other features. One of them is the integration with your account system. So let's say you have an account system and you don't want to keep importing records daily or monthly, or importing it from your account system and bringing it to CleanBooks. You can plug CleanBooks directly to your account system. So I'm going to do this now, show you an example of that very quickly. So we have an accounting system that is running on an SQL database, which we want to plug CleanBooks into. So I'm going to just do that quickly. You do this once and you don't have to do it again. Or when next you have to do the reconciliation, all you need to do is select a date range. It's already plugged in. Of course, you have to give authentication data initially for the system to allow CleanBooks talk to your accounting system. Okay. These are all the databases that are on my system. I know it's CleanBook text data I need to plug into. Click Save. Click Next. Okay. So these are all the tables in the back end of my account system, and I need this table, which is the GT Bank cash book. So you just drag it. And the next step is to match your account data, your account software data to CleanBooks. So we know that date here is date in CleanBooks, reference here is reference in CleanBooks. We need our description, we need the debit column, we need the credit, and okay, and that is it. From now on, all that would happen is you come to this screen and say, okay, I need data from January 1st to whatever date. It's plugged in, and simplicity, and it's done. You never have to import data again. So that's one feature of CleanBooks which I've shown you. The other feature, I'll show you what I mean by you never have to import data. So whenever you now need to bring in that same record, and you come in here, you see that all the settings are already there. You just decide whether to use the settings that you configured, and same thing, you just select the date that you want the data, and it is in. You never have to download from your account. It's plugged in forever. Okay, I'm just going to cancel that. And another key feature of CleanBooks, which I need to show you, is what we call our email imports. So now, getting data that is warehoused within your system, of course, you can plug in directly to CleanBooks. That's easy. We integrate with any system. But however, getting external data, we found out for some of our clients is a challenge. For example, an example of external data is bank statements. There's no way, a lot of banks will not allow you to plug directly into their systems. And a lot of our clients who are beginning to see the value of CleanBooks and want to do their reconciliation frequently are saying, you know what, I can get plugged in directly to my system. It takes only 2 seconds to do the reconciliation. But how about the bank statements? I want to reconcile all my receipts across 20 bank accounts, but I have to download 20 different bank accounts and bring it into the CleanBooks system, and that is taking me time. So we came up with a solution which we call the email import, which I'll just show you the configuration here. So it works with any data, not just bank accounts. So if there's any external person sending you data on a regular basis, which you want to automate the bringing in of that data into CleanBooks, you can. So this is a simple example which I'll show you. What has happened here is that there's a GT Bank account, which, of course, it will normally come from an email address like maybe statements@gtbank.com or ebusiness@firstcitygroup.com or something along those lines. But for the purpose of this demo, we just configured from a personal email address to our Atoms Interactive email address. You enter the password and you do the mapping template, which we showed you an example of that, and that's it. You never have to download any bank statement from your email again. So a lot of our clients are writing letters to the bank saying, you know what, send me my bank statement daily to this email address because I want to automate the reconciliation of this bank statement with, let's say, my receipts. There's a client of ours that reconciles thousands and thousands of receipts that they receive from different of their business units daily and resolve it daily. And this client of ours used to do reconciliations only quarterly before. Now they can do it daily with multiple bank statements. They have thousands of records. They have about 40 different bank statements, and they are able to reconcile not only their receipts, they reconcile POS transactions daily, they reconcile transactions they have within to switch daily, and they will make sure that all their books at the end of each day are clean. And this is something that never used to be done with this company. So without getting into so many of the other features that CleanBooks has, you can see that CleanBooks really is revolutionizing the way reconciliation is done, and it's of tremendous value to a lot of companies. A lot of people, there are companies that have had backlog, years and years of reconciliations that they couldn't do, are now doing it quickly with CleanBooks. There's also the multi-bank account ledger, which, to explain this just briefly, is, let's say I have a ledger with multiple bank accounts. So an example of such a ledger will be my receipts. So there are receipts that go to GTB, receipts to FCMB, receipts to... I can take that ledger and reconcile across all the bank statements. So there's a company that has a control in their system where they check all their receipts versus all their bank statements at the same time. One project, in 3 seconds, it's done. It shows them where all the mismatches are. This is especially useful for people in retail who find fast food clients who they close tills and they have to take to the nearest banks, people in the oil industry. So a lot of people are finding this reconciliation tool, which we've made very, very simple, simple to use, but very powerful, finding it very, very useful. We hope that with time you would appreciate the value and you'll be able to gain from some of the benefits that other companies in the industry and in the country and the world are benefiting from. Thank you very much.